everyone, and Happy New Year! Welcome to 2021. Whew, well, let's hope that it is definitely more eventful than 2020 was, considering most of the time we were in either isolation or lockdown. So bring on the good energy 2021. So obviously it is Veganuary, and I wanted to give some tips on becoming vegan. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, because believe me, you do not want to be missing out on these good times. I'm in my little egg chair. Don't you worry, no chickens were harmed in the process of this. But could you imagine if a chicken did lay an egg this big? Ouch. Anyway, I digress. We're here for some tips on becoming a vegan. For me, I think it's always, as with most big things in life, it's good to have a goal, a reason, or purpose as to why you're doing it. For some people, it's for animal rights, as it was in my case. For some people, it's the environment or for health. I think once you have a purpose, it allows you to focus in on your end goal, which is becoming a vegan. And in my process, I actually watched loads of documentaries. There's so much stuff out there, and the one that really hit me the hardest was Earthlings. So feel free to check that out. Cowspiracy is really good. There's another great vegan YouTube channel by a guy named Earthling Ed. So check all these options out. It probably goes without saying, but when starting anything new, it's important to do your research, do your homework. Now, it's important to see where you could get your vitamins and nutrients from in plant-based foods. And there are so many options out there. I personally never have felt like I was lacking anything. Now, for a lot of people, B12 can be an issue, so I do take a supplement for it. And if you're thinking about that, please, of course, consult with a physician first. Now, also a lot of people ask me, they're like, where do you get your protein? Do not worry. Protein can be found in numerous things: legumes, beans, green leafy veg, nuts, tofu, tempeh, seitan, the list goes on. And I honestly can admit I have never felt like I was lacking in protein. So, you know, it's like with any meal or diet, not that veganism is a diet, but you know, it's about meal planning. Because when eating anything, of course, there's ways that you could be unhealthy with it, and of course, very healthy with it. So it's doing a little bit of research, planning your meals, and enjoying the process. Obviously, this next one is my favorite thing to do. Try out vegan restaurants. Now, as you know, for some of you that watch my channel, that is what I love doing, and I like vlogging about it. So if you live in the London area, please feel free to have a look at some of my past episodes. But you know, go and see what vegan, vegetarian restaurants are in your neck of the woods. There is a website called Happy Cow, which basically says what vegan and vegan-friendly restaurants are in most cities, so check that one out. Because also it might even, you know, when you're trying different foods, different restaurants, it'll give you ideas of some stuff that you could cook. I like to tell people also to go at your own pace. Now, I do get it. If you are doing Veganuary, you do want to jump into the vegan thing, and you do want to go vegan for the whole month. But if you're looking for this to be maybe even a more permanent thing, you know, sometimes I say, hey, start with doing like 2 vegan meals a day, and then maybe 3 days a week eating vegan, and maybe 1 week a month eating vegan, and so on and so forth. Because sometimes you could ease into it, and that might allow you to kind of pick up some meals that you might want and enjoy along the way. And also, hey, if you are jumping into Veganuary, yes, congratulations, and super pumped and proud of you. But when doing that, I mean, there are some products that you might not have realized, oh my gosh, that they might have used egg or milk in it. So be kind to yourself and just know that you're learning along the way. Now, this next one, it's kind of the nutritionist in me, and it's just basically a little tip. I would always recommend eating the rainbow. And yes, I know the lesbian in me loves a wonderful rainbow, but the nutritionist in me does as well. Meaning, eat loads of different fruits and veggies of all different colors, because if you're doing that, you're probably getting loads of different nutrients. Just a little tip for you. And I'm assuming if some of you are watching my channel, you probably do this, but remember, use social media. We have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, just to get some ideas for some cool recipes out there. Check out some milk substitutes, because I know for a lot of people dairy is a big part of their diet, but I also don't want you to fret about it, because when you think about it, we are the only other being that drinks another animal's milk, meaning most humans don't produce the enzyme. Well, we don't really produce the enzyme to break down cow's milk, especially after a certain age. So it's not something you need. You don't need cow's milk. There are loads of great substitutes. There's almond milk, soy milk, cashew milk, hemp milk, oat milk, coconut milk. Basically, the list goes on, but check them out. I won't even lie about this one. For me, the most difficult thing about becoming a vegan was, where am I going to get my cheese from? I definitely was a cheesehead, but now that I've become a vegan, it has been so easy. There are so many great cheese alternatives out there. For instance, if you live here in London, we have a vegan cheesemonger called La Fromagerie. Oh my gosh, I have filmed there before, and wow, they've hunted down some of the best vegan cheeses, I think, on the market. But if you're living in another country, I mean, check out what's at your local supermarket, because veganism, it really is spreading, and there are loads of new products out there on the market, and lots of good cheese ones. I do find this one a fun one. It is finding the things that are accidentally vegan, because there's loads of things and little snacks and kind of junk foods out there that you might already be eating that are vegan. Oreos, Biscoff crackers, Biscoff spreads. There are Co-op, if you're in England, Co-op jam donuts. We have shrimp prawn cocktail crisps. Anyway, the list does go on, but feel free to check those out, and you can easily find that on the internet. Just to check out like accidentally vegan, you know, for whatever country you're in, and see what brand names come up. Ooh, hobnobs as well. Check it out. All right, I really like this one, and it's basically because, and most of you know, one of the biggest reasons, like the reason I chose to become a vegan was for animal rights. So if this was one of your reasons, I would suggest maybe going to an animal farm rescue center and cuddling one of the animals, because then you're really seeing, actually right there in your arms, the difference that you could make in another being's life. Also, feel free to try vegan substitutes of food that you like. Now, I'm not saying everyone should always be eating some of the meat substitutes out there, because I don't think it's like the healthiest to have in your diet all the time. But there are options. Also, hey, lentils do an amazing thing. For instance, if you're really into like spaghetti bolognese, you can make that with lentils. Oh gosh, you could even do like lasagna and put the lentils in. I'm not saying like lentils are the only really good thing to substitute for things you might like. It's just coming to mind for me right now. Of course, there are loads of vegan cheeses out there. If you like pizza, things of that nature, you could try courgette pasta, which is a healthier kind of pasta out there. There are loads of options, but try to think of what are some of your favorite non-vegan foods and see what vegan substitutes they have out there. Join a community. For instance, there are loads of meetup groups out there. Obviously, with social media, you know, just try to feel supported, or maybe try to see if any of your friends want to try Veganuary with you. It's good to feel that you have a community around you that is here supporting you, and also here if you have any questions. And as you know, if you have any, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and of course I will definitely get back to you. And most importantly, you want to be having fun with this. For me, it's also a way to try different kinds of cuisines, because there are loads of different cuisines out there that have a lot of vegan options in them. Ethiopian, Moroccan, Mexican, Asian, you know, the list does go on, but, you know, kind of broaden your food horizons, especially if you're not, you know, as much of a foodie, or you feel that you kind of get stuck in, you know, certain cuisine types. Just think of it as a way to branch out. So I hope you found those tips on becoming vegan helpful. And of course, if you guys have any, please leave them in the comments below, because I have a feeling everyone would definitely, of course, appreciate that. I want to say let's have a wonderful, safe, happy, positive 2021. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate the love and support. And please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Just Veganin, and follow me on Instagram at Just Veganin.